Hey up Gaming Grillers, it's your boy Mr. B and I'm back, finally! Now for those who are wondering where the hell my videos have been, well it's quite simple. I'm not going to fill your feed with crap, so as far as I'm concerned, if there's nothing to talk about, I'm not going to produce a video, there's no point. But today we have something to talk about, and that something is Anthem. And by God have I been waiting for this one. This is probably one of the most eagerly anticipated games for me in a lot of years. I'm a massive BioWare fan. I'm one of the very few that actually enjoyed Andromeda. Alright, it had its issues, but for now, we're going to have a look at Anthem, look at my initial thoughts, and just see what we can do, you know, see what it's like, see what the VIP demo's like, and see it's worth your time when it finally does become free in a few days, or free to play for everybody. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, so without any further ado, let's get into this. So the first thing we're going to do is address the elephant in the room, the start. It was awful. This is no reflection on the game, however. It's just an issue. It was a server thing. Everybody kicked off, the internet melted down, all guns pointed at EA, but the straight fact is, it was a server thing. It was the first day. Shit happens. For all those people that kicked off EA, you guys, you need Jesus. You really do. You need a Coke, smile, Jesus, whatever. But just calm the hell down. It was the start of a new IP. It's just one of those things. That's the last we're going to mention of it. It's done. What is the game like? And that's the most important thing. The first thing I'm going to mention is the graphics. Wow. I loaded into Fort Tarsus eventually for the first time, and my jaw dropped. It looked stunning. Now, I don't personally get why it's in first person mode. Some people say it's because you're more immersed with the characters that he does strongly try to build you with, but I'd personally have it in third person, but it is what it is. It's in first person. Some people disagree with that, but they never really there for me. But the graphics were superb, and there's something that hits you straight away is the amount of choice you have when physically designing your suit, you know, your javelin. You can really make it your own, and the amount of choice even in the demo is astra freaking nomical. There's a serious depth in the way you can kit out your armor, the weapons you can take, especially when you start unlocking things and you get more than your standard weapons. And that to me is a big plus. It's an RPG, you're supposed to have lots of things, and even better, each choice has a dynamic on how it's going to change the game. One gun might give you more health, one gun might give you more shields and things like that, so it really does impact it. And for me, bravo, big box ticked. So now we know we can make ourselves look like the most nuts, and we can go out fully loaded. How does it play? And that to me has been the most gratifying aspect of this whole experience. I've had about 8-9 hours with it. I've tried every difficulty. Now this is another thing that a lot of people don't realise. The difficulty settings in this actually impact on how well you do with loot. Easy, you get nothing. Medium settings, you'll get some rare drops. Hard settings, it will give you like your Santa Claus's best favourite boy. And the hard settings is tough. It is not, you've got to think tactically and play tactically. So before actually going out and engaging in gameplay, you have to decide, do you want some loot and, you know, a bit of difficulty, or do you want to make it tough as shit and get all the loot? For me personally, I went hard and then realised it was too hard for me and went normal. Because I'm a noob! But it is what it is. We'll gloss over that fact, I am a YouTuber after all. Now when it comes to the gameplay, you can seriously see and sense the Mass Effect DNA all the way through it. Anybody who has enjoyed the original Mass Effect games will look at this and go, ah, I've seen that before. And you can really see that they've taken all the good bits from the gameplay of Mass Effect and added to them. And for me, that is a recipe for potential. And that's what this game has in buckets. Potential. The ground movement is spot on. When you're running and sort of strafing and dodging and taking on enemies from the ground, It's superb. But where it really comes into its own is the flying. The chunkiness of the transition between running, jumping and flying is second to none. It really does have its own super feel. And added to that is the fact that you have to use tactics whilst flying, because it isn't an indefinite thing. You can't jump up there and go, right, I'm here forever now, I'm just going to stay up here, because you'll crash down and look like an absolute dick, like it's happened to me a few times. So you use your flying tactically. You're in a spot of trouble, you get out of trouble using your flying. You see an opening in your opponent's defence, you use your flying skills to get into that position and smash that opening open so that your squad can get through, or you can do some serious damage to your opponent. So you're using the flying tactically, and that makes all the difference in this game. And then added on top of that, you've got the gunplay. The guns feel chunky and mechanical. They also all feel completely different. One sniper will feel different to another sniper. One marksman rifle will feel different to another marksman rifle. And the fact that they all have their own little traits as well on top of that, it really does make for excellent fights. And that's where the fun is. That's what it all matters. When you're engaging in the fight, are you going to sit there going, yeah, just wait till you die because you're a bullet sponge? Or are you actually engaging properly? And this game makes you engage fights properly, and that's where the fun comes into it. And then you've got your super abilities, your grenades, your combos, and obviously when you're working with your teams, how you can use those together to create the most amount of damage. For instance, the storm can come in and electrocute the ground. You see that, you fire off as quickly as anything with an explosive device on it to create a massive combo hit. That in itself is a fantastic system, which I've seen before in Andromeda, I might add, but it's a fantastic system that works exceptionally well. I immediately start imagining going into battle with a squad on comms, and you're all talking to each other, right, I'm going to use my ultimate, now are you ready with yours, is everybody set up, right, let's hit it all together. And it's those mechanics that bring a team together and bring the experience together for everybody. My only wish is that they add some sort of communication device when you're playing with randoms, because when you're playing with randoms you have to physically watch everything that's going on if you want to do those sort of manoeuvres. And you don't always have chance because you're getting your arse kicked 9 times out of 10, or there's something you're doing at the other side of the battlefield. I don't know how they would implement it. You can't really use like a text-based system like Warframe has, because you just don't have enough time in the battle to write anything down. But maybe some sort of a button that you press to say, I'm using my super now, here's what it combos with, has anybody got that? They could use something along those lines. I don't know how they'd implement it. I'm not a game designer. They are. Sort it! So when you take into account that the gameplay, simply put, is fun, and that's what matters here, fun. The only other thing is the gratification side of it. What do you get for actually doing all this fun? The loot. And the loot is where I actually quite like the system they put in. You see, when you collect the loot, it doesn't tell you what you've got in your mission. You have to wait till the end of the mission to find out what you've got. Is it not good enough? Well, dissolve it and turn it into a crafting pot so you can craft the bits that you want. I like that system. For me, that works perfectly because that means you've got something to grind for. You want a gun with specific perks? Well, get the components together and craft it and see if you can get those perks. Yes, that's exactly how it should be. Bungie, take notice, because this is how it's supposed to be done. The loot system in this game is brilliant. Let's just boil this down to some facts here. This is an initial thoughts video. It's not a full review. It's just an initial thoughts. And so far, I've got to say, from an initial thoughts standpoint, the gameplay is superb. The game itself is good. All they need to do is fix a server issue. Oh, I said I won't mention it again. Screw it. Yeah, all they have to do is fix server issues. That's all they have to do. And they sort that out, it's a bloody solid demo. And if the demo is any indication of how the game's going to be, we've got the potential for a seriously hot IP on our hands, and one that we can play for a lot of years to come. So that's my initial thoughts on it. But the video doesn't end there, because I've got a bit of news for you. What have I been doing recently where you can, if you're missing the old YouTube videos, what can you do? Well, guess what, everyone? I am now live on Facebook. I'll put the link in the description below. You just have to search at Gaming Gorilla UK. My page is there. I go live generally Sunday through Thursday. Generally. Something might come up where I can't buy, but there's always something there. The page is van-packed full of stuff, so there's always something to do or something to have a laugh with. The main point is, on Facebook, we're a proper community. We can all get together, we can all chat to each other, and that's what gamers do, that's what we love. So come and join me on Facebook. The link is in the description below. Assuming I remember to put it in. If I don't remember to put it in, message me, I'll put it in, because I'm a knob. Other than that, the only other thing is, if you're a gamer that looks at all YouTube videos and you're sick of, what's up guys, generic YouTuber here, today we're talking about bollocks. If you're sick of that generic bullshit, subscribe to this channel, because look, I'm down to earth. I do what I say on the tin, we have a laugh together, I believe in community. So come and subscribe, hit that notification bell, join me on Facebook, and let's make this community a cracking one. That's all from me, Mr. B. Ta-ta for now.